Hello there! Today we are going to talk about pronunciation problem that a lot of people learning English have, which is the difference between the sound I and the sound E. So it's very similar, but not exactly the same. So, for example, the difference between ship and sheep. So you might say that it sounds very similar, but it's not the same word. Ship, sheep. Can you hear the difference? What is a ship? Yes, ship is un navire, and sheep, what's that? Yeah, un mouton. So you say that that's a slightly different sound, so you have to be careful. And also sometimes if you mix up these two sounds, it can cause embarrassing situations. For example, a sheet is une feuille de papier ou un drap, and shit, which sounds very similar, is de la merde. So you have to be careful. Another one, a common mistake, is the difference between beach, plage, and bitch. I will not tell you what that is, a very bad word. Okay, okay. Luckily there is a way to differentiate visually on the paper, so in terms of the spelling. So often the E, the long one, E is written E-E or E-A, and the short one, I, is just an I, okay? So the long sounding E sounds like E in French, like pipi, okay? But the other one, the short I, like in ship, this vowel sound does not exist in French. That's why it's complicated. It's not E, it's not E, but it's somewhere in the middle. I. Try to make that sound, I. You see, my mouth is not like this, it's just like this. I. And the other one, E. Okay? And it's complicated because there are many words that sound very similar, but one is with the I sound and the other is with the E sound. For example, can you hear the difference between sit and seat? So sit, s'asseoir, seat, siège, okay, or chip and cheap. Chip, cheap. Chip is a frite, and cheap, what's that? Yeah, bon marché. So cheap chips, des frites bon marché. Another example would be bin and bean. What's the difference? A bin is poubelle, and bean, haricot. One more example. Let's say fit and feet. Fit, F-I-T, is en bonne forme physique, fit, and feet, les pieds. So yeah, look, there are many examples like this. If you can think of other examples, write them in the comments below. Okay? So now I'm going to tell you a very short story, and in the story there are many of these similar words. So listen very carefully to try to distinguish between the I and the E, okay? You could maybe take a piece of paper, and write down the what I'm saying, like a dictation, you know. Okay, let's go. Once there was a sheep called Pete, and he lived on a ship in the sea. He loved to sit on his seat under a sheet and watch the birds and the people on the beach. But one day, while he was eating some cheap chips on his seat, one of the birds did a shit on his cheap chips. Furious, Pete the sheep called the bird a bitch and told it to go back to the beach. Then he threw his chips in the bin and was obliged to eat some old beans instead. Whew. Lots of similar words in that story and some naughty words too. Right, so now it's your turn. You try to write a short little text like that with words that sound similar with I or E, and you can write it in the comments below and I will correct it if there's any mistakes in the grammar or whatever. Okay? So, and as usual, if you want a PDF transcription of that story and all the words that sound like I and E, you can sign up to my weekly newsletter. So you click on the link in the description if you haven't done so already. And every week I send out an email with a PDF and some games to practice the vocabulary. And yeah, so if you enjoy the video, don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel. You can click like, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.